The search is on tonight for this man. Police say he's wanted in connection with the shooting death of a 13-year-old boy over the weekend. Why authorities ask you do not approach him.
I don't know for sure what the last executive order means.
Uncertainty and concern tonight from nonprofits to local governments following the Trump administration's freeze on federal funding. The latest on the move and a judge's move to temporarily block it.
It's sunny and cold again tomorrow, but as we get closer to the weekend, we have a chance of snow in the forecast.
KREM 2 News 10 at 10 begins now with Mark Henrahan and Jeremy Legoo.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. Let's get started. We continue to track breaking news at this hour. Right now, Spokane police are searching for the suspect they believe murdered a 13-year-old boy over the weekend. Right now, police are searching for 25-year-old Glenn Dylan Berkey. Police say he is wanted for second-degree murder and is considered armed and dangerous. On Saturday, Spokane police found 13-year-old Gavin Looper on Heroy Avenue with several gunshot wounds. He later died at the hospital. Right now, police are saying the shooting does not appear to be random. If you have any information about where Berkey is tonight, you are asked to not approach him, but instead to call 911. New tonight, we now know the identity of a Spokane police officer that shot two people inside a home in North Spokane on Friday. Spokane police identified him as Officer Marvin Cunningham, and tonight we are learning more about what led up to that shooting. According to the independent investigation team, a 911 call came in where an alleged assault could be overheard by dispatchers. Officers say they arrived at the scene and heard screaming. They say they entered the home where a male suspect charged officers. That's when they say Officer Cunningham shot at the suspect, hitting him, but also hitting a woman inside the home. Both were taken to the hospital and released that same day. The suspect is facing charges tonight. Spokane police say Officer Marvin Cunningham is on administrative leave tonight, along with two other officers that were in the home at the time of the shooting. Today, with a single memo, President Donald Trump is trying to upend how hundreds of organizations across the nation get money. A federal funding freeze was scheduled to go into effect this afternoon, but a federal judge issued a stay until Monday. Today, Washington Senator Patty Murray was one of the first to question the move.
And this memo is creating chaos and confusion about whether these resources will be available to them.
The freeze would halt billions of dollars from foreign aid, non-governmental organizations, and DEI policies. There is also fallout overseas after President Trump suspended foreign aid to countries including Ukraine. The office saying it needs to determine the best use of the funding. Tonight, nonprofits across the country scrambling to figure out how the federal funding freeze will impact them. And that includes World Relief right here in Spokane. KREM 2's Rican Gallo spoke with the organization.
Well, the biggest sentiment I heard was this news is confusing, and many organizations which receive federal grants are waiting for more information before they decide to take any action.
World Relief Spokane, an organization that aids immigrants and refugees, says 85% of their funding comes from federal grants.
Try to give them some assurance, but I have nothing. I don't know what's happening. I don't know for sure what the last executive order means.
Armstrong says both staff and their clients are unsure of next steps.
And then if I walk out into our reception room, there's another group of people who are refugees, and they are uncertain without all that's happening. They're scared.
Another potentially impacted group in the inland Northwest may be Spokane County. County officials told me they are concerned about the $44 million for wildfire recovery they just received weeks ago from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. A portion of that money is supposed to go to the city of Medical Lake. Spokane County says they have 65 federal grants, a total of $149 million. For Spokane Neighborhood Action Partners, they told me it's too early to tell what this means, but they made it clear they are committed to assisting families. And based on guidance, Spokane Colleges says they received financial aid is exempt from the pause of federal funding, including Pell Grants and direct student loans. As for Washington state leaders, Senator Patty Murray raised her concern at a news conference in Washington, D.C.
The scope of this illegal action is unprecedented and could have devastating consequences across the country for real people.
And over in North Idaho, the Democratic Party says many resources are also at risk.
As local organizations get more clarity on what could happen with funding, KREM 2 will keep you updated on how this could impact the Inland Northwest. In the studio, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
Meantime, tonight we are also tracking the impact of President Trump's executive order against birthright citizenship, a federal guarantee under the 14th Amendment. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy spoke with a local nonprofit who is asking the Spokane City Council to reaffirm support for the Keep Washington Working Act, which prohibits local police from collaborating with ICE. Connor?
Well, Latinos in Spokane is hoping that proposed resolution will allocate funding for legal immigration defensive services, as well as educating all city employees on the Keep Washington Working Act. The act of state law requires the rights of all state residents be protected to keep those in the state working. It also restricts the role local law enforcement has on federal immigration laws.
That's really good for our community, especially right now with this present climate.
Jorge Guerrero with Latinos in Spokane says the law is something the nonprofit turned to after a signed executive order by President Donald Trump the day he took office. A federal judge issued a 14-day hold on the order 3 days after its signing, calling it unconstitutional. At the same time, attorney generals from 22 states sued to block the order. Guerrero says the order continues to worry the people they're assisting.
Community was feeling anxiety, stress, fear.
This led to him, as well as Latinos in Spokane's executive director Jennifer Mesa, addressing Spokane City Council with their concerns at Monday night's meeting.
To ensure that we are complying with this law so that we can enforce the fact that we're not going to allow militarization within Spokane.
Guerrero agrees, hoping the city will eventually put the resolution on their agenda and vote it in so more people can be aware of the law.
It's a great piece of legislation, but you go around and hardly nobody knows about it.
But for now, Guerrero says the nonprofit is continuing to educate and assist anyone in the community that needs it.
We say that we in Spokane, we all belong. Well, don't just say it, prove it.
Guerrero says anyone with questions about how the executive order could impact them is encouraged to visit the nonprofit. We have more information on that on our website. Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
Connor, thank you very much. All right, taking a break from the headlines, let's switch gears and talk weather with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Good. Jeremy, we've been stuck in this same weather pattern for a while now. It feels like a couple of weeks, but it sounds like we might finally see some change coming here shortly.
Oh, it is on the way, and I think it really does arrive, say, within about the next, I'd say 24 hours from now we'll get cloud cover. 48 hours from now, we're talking the chance for some decent moisture. 21 degrees though, and a dew point down in the teens means it is going to be another chilly start to the day tomorrow. And hey, if you get out early, just bundle up. Take that word of wisdom from someone who's been outside a lot. All right, it is going to be moderate in terms of air quality tonight and tomorrow. We are seeing little light dips around the region, and we expected it. We're under that air stagnation advisory through Friday, but eventually we are going to see a shift in the weather pattern. You can see our ridge starting to break down. A low in the Gulf of Alaska and a monster storm off the coast are going to both work together to bring about a change in the weather pattern. It's really that monster one off the coast that eventually brings us more moisture. That doesn't arrive until Friday, so tomorrow, more of the same. Thursday, increasing cloud cover, and on Friday, snow turns to rain early in the morning.
All right, sounds good. Jeremy will check back in with you later in the show. Now to our night beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. The Pend Oreille County Jail announcing today that a 33-year-old inmate died and another was hospitalized yesterday. A 32-year-old woman allegedly brought a substance into the jail, and tonight she is charged with bringing a controlled substance into a jail facility and controlled substance homicide. The cause and manner of death of the 33-year-old are being investigated. The condition of the inmate in the hospital is unknown tonight. And tonight, Omak police sharing pictures of an arson at the UPS shipping center, resulting in more than $1 million in damage. According to the police, this happened Saturday. That fire was started when someone, they say, tried drilling into a UPS truck gas tank to steal the gas. Through an investigation, officers say they were able to arrest the suspect yesterday, who's been booked on several charges, including malicious mischief and arson. The Idaho State House of Representatives has passed a resolution calling the U.S. Supreme Court to reverse its landmark ruling on gay marriage. The resolution now heads to the state Senate for consideration. The purpose is to send a letter to the nation's highest court asking the justices to overturn the case legalizing same-sex marriage across America. Several Idaho lawmakers believe that should be left up to the states to decide. Yesterday's vote in the House to send the letter was 46 in favor and 24 opposed. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. And that was your KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time. But don't go to bed yet. Spokane wants to overhaul its homeless shelter plan, the changes they've already made, and how they're handling community feedback.
Once we got down there, it is humbling to see it in person versus what you see on TV.
North Idaho firefighters home after fighting the devastating LA wildfires. We're back in 90 seconds.